This video is designed to help you start a toy store business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a toy store business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful toy store business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. The first thing you should do is to write in detail about what you have planned for your business. This is essential to keep your plan running accordingly. Summarizing is necessary for funding, and the same applies to loans and insurance. Choose a good location near cinema halls, amusement parks, as this might be beneficial for your business. The best clients for toy stores are the parents of younger children. Last but not least, remember to take the necessary certificates, licenses, and permits for your retail business. Suppliers. You need regular supplies for your toy store. A warehouse might be needed where you can store your items. You can opt for suppliers that can directly ship products to the customers who have ordered through the online website. Always keep more than one supplier, as the demand in this industry can be more than expected. In addition, make sure to choose a reliable supplier, with good quality products at reasonable prices. The supplies may include, but not limited to games, toys, playsets, puzzles, dolls, drones, etc. Budget. A major part of your capital will be spent on the rent or lease. Aside from that, it will be also spent on employee salaries, stocking in the warehouse, attractive and fun-themed interiors, certificates and licenses, grand opening and consultants, inventory, utilities, store equipment, etc. Remember that a big store may require much more money and effort for operation than a small store. Potential sales channels. To sell the available products in the store, you can do it in different ways. Online stores may include various digital payment methods, wholesalers, or salespeople. Additionally, exhibitions and fairs, direct marketing, and loyalty programs with flash sales and discounts, enlisting your store in local directories are also other potential sales channels. Marketing. Everyone is driven by hobby toys. While millennials are interested in non-digital interactive toys, the older generation is falling for old-school types. Once you have established all the above factors, marketing according to the different age groups is left to drive sales. There are various marketing strategies like email and SMS marketing, newsletters with pop-up events, social media platforms. Optimizing your website with SEO, using print advertising, such as leaflets, magazines, posters, and banners, advertising in local TV channels, and mouth-to-mouth promotion can be other ways to spread your store's reputation. Know your customer. Most of your business will come from regular customers. It is equally important to welcome new customers and make them feel part of the family. That turns those people into regulars and keeps the business flowing. Make it personal. By knowing your customers, you can show appreciation in personal ways. Like often open at weird hours to accommodate people's schedules, and limited release items were often set aside for people you know would probably want one. In addition, you can deliver care packages for ill customers, and set aside promotional items for people you know would appreciate them. Be flexible. As an independent toy store, we did not stock some very popular children's games including Candyland and Chutes and Ladders. We did not do business with the companies that made those games, but customers wanted them. So, we waited until they were on sale at big box stores, bought them by the van load, and put them on the shelf with no markup. That clearly wasn't a money-making strategy, but it did meet a customer need. Manage demand. Toys are a seasonal business. December would be your largest month by about 3 times, and June, July, and August would be maybe 25% to 50% bigger than the rest of the year. That creates inventory and cash flow challenges. To mitigate that, you could sell a lot of merchandise, specifically in collectible gaming and model trains, via pre-order. In some cases, you can take deposits, and in others, you can just keep list. That allows you to have what the customers wanted while managing your cash requirements. Plan for theft. Any store with merchandise has to factor in that some items will get stolen. You should install security cameras and prosecute someone who may break and steal thousands in radio control parts. We also once had to fire an employee who was taking home merchandise he felt entitled to. Before taking that job, I had never realized how common smaller thefts are. We did what we could to stop them but still had to budget each year for some unrecoverable loss. The next part of the video is not specific to the toy store business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the toy store business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful toy store business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication and willingness to sacrifice to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these two extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice, may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment. Installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business? Must be divided into two parts, immediate costs, and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a toy store business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can, yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free toy store business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.